Hello world, I'm Attila. Today I will talk about the Enlightenment Now book. And this was a book about our status as humans and how we came this far and why we shouldn't be pessimistic about our future. So it presents a different understanding of the world, grounded in fact and inspired by the ideals of the Enlightenment. Reason, science, humanism, and progress. And these enlightenment principles that we can apply reason and sympathy to enhance human flourishing. So this is the enlightenment principle. And misfortune may be no one's fault. So there are some situations that are no one to blame. Maybe it was just blind luck. And it said that one of the major breakthroughs of the scientific revolution was to refute the intuition that the universe is saturated with purpose. So we have no single purpose. We can all choose our purpose in life. And even though we have come very far, we have a negativity bias. We think that a bad is stronger than the good in the world. But the world has made spectacular progress in every single measure of human well-being, but almost no one knows or talks about it. And he thinks, the author, that it's unlikely that scientists will find a cure to immortality, because degeneration is built into our every cell, so it is constantly deteriorating. And we have eradicated many diseases from the earth, and it's great. And there are two reasons for it. First is the economic development, because a richer world is a healthier world. And it said that science can save millions of lives. The richer countries, on average, fight fewer wars with each other, are less likely to be riven by civil wars, are more likely to become and stay democratic, and have greater respect for human rights. And this is on average. So for example, Saudi Arabia, they are very rich, but they don't really have respect for human rights. So, and then it talked about inequality, and the lives of the poor are improving more rapidly than the lives of the rich, because even though the richest person in America made a lot of money during the past year, the poorest person in the world, their living standards were quite poor. So just with a little bit of money, it's easy to increase their living standards. But the richest they already had a great living standards. So even with a lot of money, you can't upgrade it by a lot. And it's also beneficiary for a citizen of a country if the rich is becoming richer, because the rich will be taxed in some ways, and social spending will increase. And in some ways the world has become less equal, but in more ways the world's people have become better off. And it said that we should allow developing countries to grow, so eventually they will have more resources to fight climate change. We shouldn't push them into energy poverty, but neither does it make sense for them to raise incomes with massive coal burning, because after a while we will have to capture this CO2 and store it in the ground or somewhere. And it said that we should start the decarbonization process as soon as possible, but we will also need many scientific breakthroughs, methods of capturing and storing CO2, and also energy resources to have all this energy to capture this CO2. And it said that nuclear power is the world's most abundant and scalable carbon-free energy source. So nuclear power is quite great. Of course, there were some major accidents that everyone is afraid of, but recently I watched a video that compared the deaths caused by fossil fuels and nuclear power and renewable energies. And fossil fuels, they are by far the worst. So I will link that video in the description, and it's on the screen now. It's from Kurzgesagt. It's a great channel. And we said that we can be conditionally optimistic about climate change. So conditionally optimistic means that we must do things, but if we do things, if we fight it, then we will be able to beat it. And our world is safer than ever, and it got better with small improvements, with the relentless fight of activists, with the regulators, and with inventors, all working towards the same goal. And it also said that countries, the abolition of capital punishment is increasing, so less and less countries have the means to kill people, which is great. And the world is also becoming more literate and knowledgeable. The global average IQ increases by 3 every decades. That's actually quite great. And that's not because the overall brain power has increased, and the steepest gains have not been found in concrete skills that are directly taught in school, such as general knowledge, arithmetic and vocabulary. They have been found in abstract, fluid kinds of intelligence, the ones tapped by similar questions. What do an hour and a year have in common? And the combination of internet technology and crowdsourcing from thousands of volunteers has led to everyone has access to free knowledge on the internet, and anyone can learn about topics that they would like to learn about. And it's, I think, quite a great opportunity for everyone. And then it talked about happiness, and developed countries are actually pretty happy, and a majority of all countries have gotten happier. And as long as countries get richer, they should get happier still, because capitalism, I think it's about helping others. And if someone makes you happy, then you are willing to pay for that happiness. And though people are happier, they are not as happy as one might expect. Perhaps because they have an adult's appreciation of life, with all its worries and with all its excitement. So it's in part because we have all these problems, and the media can only exaggerate it. And it shared that we should work towards the goal of having 0 nuclear weapons on Earth. And this was a long movement, and we should make it illegal to possess them. But this will be a slow, gradual process, because countries are worried if they get rid of their nuclear weapons, then other countries will be able to demolish them. So he also said that a nuclear war is the biggest threat in our world. He is not that worried about AI, because for two reasons. First is that AIs would have no motivation to destroy us, which I agree with, but I think with a misstep. So they don't intend to destroy us, it's just a consequence and that they don't really care about because they don't have emotions. And the second thing is that it's a misconception. He thinks that AIs will know everything because the world is incredibly complex. And AIs won't know everything either because big data is still finite data and the universe of knowledge is infinite. The final thought is that we will never have a perfect world and it would be dangerous to seek one. But there is no limit to the betterments we can attain if we continue to apply knowledge to enhance human flourishing. So that was all. Thanks for coming in. I have a YouTube channel and a podcast. You should follow these if you are interested. I read books and I share the things that I learned from these books. So if you are interested, definitely subscribe. You can also reach me in the Twitter and in the YouTube comment section. I'm interested in any feedback. So thanks for coming in. Bye bye.